This is a video on how to measure, build, and install do-it-yourself window from Lowe's. You've got to measure, apparently it's held in from, let's see, from the top to the bottom, like that's the critical dimension to keep the screen in and out. The side to side is less critical, so what you're going to want to do is measure from the inside edge here, anywhere. Just ballpark it from that left corner to the right corner, and in this case it's 50.5 inches for me. And then on the bottom, this is where all the videos go to suck. It's hard to see this edge, but there's a recess where the bottom of the screen sits. So you're going to want the bottom of that, and in my case the tape measure wouldn't fit down in here because the tape was too wide, so I just measured from the outside there. And then up into the top section, because again this is what's going to keep the screen from falling in and out. So, and that dimension for me is 19 and an 1/8 inch. So, and again I couldn't get the tape measure all the way in there, so I got 19, looked about right, and then I had an extra 1/8 of an inch. So we'll see how that math works out. Alright, I'm going to try to lay this out here just so you have a better idea. Again, the dimensions this way are 50.5, and then this way it's going to be 19 and an 1/8. So 19. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to need to allow for the corners. As the piece comes in, we're going to gain this width. So my little tape measure. So we've got to go ahead and add, so that 24, oh, there we are, 24, 30 seconds, 3/4 of an inch. We're going to add that to our width, which is going to be, so we got 50.5, so we're going to need to cut a piece 49 inches to go in between. So the dimensions between here and here are going to be 49 inches exactly, which is going to give us the 3/4 plus 3/4, which is my final dimension of 50.5. I come through, scribe this off, and then cut that. And typically you use a hacksaw, but I got air. Alright, so the next piece we have to do is 19 and an 1/8 minus, again, that 1.5 inches. So, alright, so the step now is to subtract, in my case I've got 19 and an 1/8 minus 1.5 inches. So we do 19 and 1/8 minus 1, and we're going to same denominators, 4/8. But we can't subtract that, so we need to turn this into an 18. Remember, the denominator is 8 here. We're working in 8, so 1 unit is 8. So we're going to add 8 to this, which is 9. So we got 9 minus 4 equals 5. That's 5/8, and we're 18 minus 1, so we got 17 and 5/8 inches. Also, that's, if you don't like fractions, I mean, not to say this is a math test or anything like that, but we got 1/8 of an inch equals 125, and then half inch, of course, is 0.5. I don't even know if this shows up. and then you subtract those out. That's going to go ahead and give you 17.625, which is, again, 5/8. Alright, 20 minutes later, I'm walking around, about ready to go through the trash, and it's sitting right under the goddamn camera. Anyway, they just snap together. It's pretty easy if you don't fucking lose them. Alright. So there's my frame. Before I go through all the motions of putting the screen in it, I'm going to walk it over and see if I can dry fit it in the window frame. And see if I made any mistakes, and then, but I'm not going to film that. I'll be back. Alright, remember when I said earlier that I added an extra 1/8 of an inch to hold in that critical dimension here? That's... I'm pretty close, maybe like a 1/16 off or something like that. So I'm gonna knock this apart and then file those down and then try it again. Alright, I just threw those in on the saw or on the sander. Should be good enough. Alright, I don't know if you really care to see this, but I'm going to record it anyway. The tool was like $8 at Lowe's, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some washers, 1/4 bolt. I got one of these tap drill bits, piece of scrap steel. Let's see if I can. Now I'm not sure if it matters which corner you start in. I'm just going to start in that far corner and see how it works out. This comes pre-knotted from the factory for you. Alright, so there's the finished screen, and I'll bring it back when I have it installed. Alright, so there's the window installed, the new screen. It has a problem that I didn't pick up on until now. When you try to tighten the screen, in the center it bows together. So I've got a little bit of a hump in the top, probably, geez, probably a 1/2 inch on the top. Yeah, maybe 3/4 inch altogether. For what I'm doing, for as much as I have the windows open, I mean, it'll keep the bugs out. It's pretty good fit altogether. But be careful when you're putting your screen together to make sure to account for that. You might have to get a center support bar or something like that. But again, these windows were 50 inches wide, so 4-foot span it's a pretty big load to carry. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video.